If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. The next big moment in the rollout for Kendrick Lamar's new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, just happened. We got the album cover. So today we're going to go over how he announced this, what this looks like, and what this can tell us about the record that's only coming out in 2 days this Friday on May 13th. So let's jump straight into this. So when you look at, y'all remember Oklama.com, the website that we got, the first announcement for this thing for, we got the fact that this was a double album, and we got the original, New Thoughts folder that what Kendrick presented that the next album was going to be the last on TDE, and, just general thoughts going over what was going on in his life and stuff like that. I made a lot of videos back when that happened, so make sure you go check those out to get more hyped for this new record. But then now, when you go to Oklama.com, in the middle, there is a photo, and you can just enlarge this photo by clicking on it. So, pretty simple procedure. And this photo is also the album cover. Now we have another source that confirms this, but let's actually first look at what this looks like, obviously. So we can see Kendrick in a room with a woman and 2 children. The woman is, by first identification, his wife, even though I remember her looking different. But if any of y'all have more information on that, do let me know in the comments down below. And he's holding, one of the children, and the woman, his wife, is holding the other child. And those, probably are his children in real life. Kendrick has never really been one to make, a lot of his private affairs public, but it seems like he's changing that with his new album cover. Maybe, a glimpse that we're going to get more private information on the new record coming this Friday, but of course that's, not confirmed and is only speculation. We can see that they are, on a bed in a rather kind of run-down apartment. They're like, the paint is coming off of the walls, so it looks pretty, pretty cheap and pretty poor, the environment that they're in. But then Kendrick is wearing this pretty clean outfit, and on his head he's wearing this crown of thorns, kind of resembling Jesus in a way. Now, of course, we also don't know what that symbolically has to mean. Likely there is some meaning behind this. It's Kendrick, there always is. So as I said, if any of y'all have any more info on that, please let me know, and all the fans that are watching this in the comments down below, so everybody is caught up on, the same status. That goes for everything, just post it in the comments. People can see it, and we can just get it to the fans more easily. That's what this is all about. Now, of course, this album cover to me is kind of unusual because obviously there's a lot of symbolic meaning in there. We can kind of probably dissect all the different elements, the symbols in this. As I said, the crown of thorns, for example, or the fact that he's standing with his back to the camera. That could also be something that people are going to make theories about. But just as a general album, I did not expect this. First of all, because as I already said, Kendrick was never someone who made his private affairs public. So to see him with his kids and his wife here is kind of weird to see. That was never something that Kendrick publicly was very dominant about. But I guess it does have some meaning. And second of all, because I thought that this album would be, more of maybe an artwork, a work of art by some crazy artists and this and that, maybe, more creative and more artistic in a lot of ways. But in a sense, I do like this, and I think it kind of changes things up a little bit because I didn't expect this, and probably a lot of people also didn't expect this. So this really, kind of makes it even more interesting to see what's going to be the content of the record this Friday. Maybe some more private Kendrick stuff, maybe the stuff he's been talking about in the New Thoughts folder. That is what I'm hoping for. Now, I already said that there's another source that confirms this, and this is his Instagram, because when you go to Kendrick Lamar's Instagram, he has this posted as one of the only 3 posts that is on there, and you can see the album cover, obviously, and it has the caption, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, shot by, and then he also has the photographer of this, cover credited Renelle Madrana. When you go to her page, a lot of, really interesting stuff on there. I've heard of her before. She shot for Bazaar, for example, but she also has a pretty big following, so I guess it was only, people probably knew about this, that he was working with her. And I think this is all also part of, Kendrick's and PG Lang's philosophy of having artists just get all the credit and for all of that. Because for someone like Kendrick to credit the photographer of his album cover is pretty big. Now, of course, she's a pretty big name, but still, it probably goes all hand in hand with giving more credit to the artists and pushing the creative art form a little bit more. And I do like that. I like that Kendrick is putting his actions where his mouth is. So we have it confirmed. This is going to be the album cover for The Big Steppers, or Mr. Morale and The Big Steppers, coming out this Friday. This really doesn't give us a lot more information about what the album is going to be like in terms of already went into a little bit with like content and stuff like that, but we also don't know yet if it's going to be the double album that a lot of us are expecting, that we kind of thought we were going to get from the picture that he posted previously to Oklahoma.com with the 2 discs that said Mr. Morale and The Big Steppers, and both of them the master version of them. That kind of made us think that this is going to be a double record. The first side maybe the PG Lang project, the second side the TDE, but I made a lot of videos about that in the past when that happened. As I said, make sure you go check out the playlist I made on my channel. Now, of course, it's only 2 more days until the album comes out, so there's gotta be a track list coming out likely tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video when that happens, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay up to date with that. And I think that the next couple of hours are going to be very interesting, because there's going to be a lot of theories. There's going to be maybe some leaks, maybe some of this, some of that. So fans are just going to get hyped up more and more for the record. And I think a lot of interesting information will come to light in the next couple of hours. So those are going to be very interesting for Kendrick Lamar fans. So as I said, I went over all of this in this video. This is the album cover. We got it. One of the first pieces of information that we still need for the album. The other one being the track list, as I just said, for Mr. Morale and The Big Steppers, coming out this Friday, May 13th. It's featuring him and his wife with his 2 children. Didn't really expect to, see it like that. Kind of, didn't really thought it would be this way, but that just makes me more excited for what's to come this Friday. And as I said, crediting the artists, maybe going into a bit of the symbolic meaning, all of that. I'm really interested to hear what y'all think about this, because this is really the most important part of it all. The community, the fans. So all of your thoughts on this, just let me know, let all the fans know, what do you think about the album cover? What do you think about the artist behind it? What do you think all the symbolic meaning means? The crown of thorns, for example, I think is going to be a very interesting symbol to discuss. So all of your theories, all of your thoughts, all of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.